Germany's Chancellor says foreign-born criminals will be deported a week after a Syrian asylum seeker killed 3 people.
Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz has called the return of 28 Afghan nationals to Afghanistan a clear sign that foreign-born people convicted of a crime will be deported. A government spokesperson said on Friday that they were all convicted criminals, but did not say what their offenses were. It is the first time Germany has deported Afghan nationals to their homeland since the Taliban returned to power in 2021. Germany does not have diplomatic relations with the group, which required the government to work through other channels to organize the deportations. They come a week after a deadly knife attack in the town of Solingen left 3 people dead and 8 others seriously wounded. The suspect, named by prosecutors as Isa L.H., is a Syrian citizen who had applied for asylum in Germany. He was arrested on suspicion of murder and membership of a terrorist organization. The Islamic State group claimed responsibility for last Friday's attack without providing evidence.
The number of injured continues to rise following a deadly Russian attack on the Ukrainian city of Kharkiv. 6 people were killed in that attack, according to the city's authorities. Writing on social media, officials said the number of injured initially reported as 47 had since increased to 96. Russian shelling in the frontline Ukrainian town of Hasiv Yar killed at least 5 people, according to the regional governor. The attack reportedly hit a high-rise building and a private home, killing men aged between 24 and 38. Local authorities urged remaining civilians in the town to leave the front line, saying normal life was impossible in the area. Across the Russian border, at least 5 people were killed and dozens more injured after Ukrainian shelling hit the city of Belgorod. The regional governor said 46 civilians were injured by the shelling, 37 of whom were hospitalized. Cluster munitions and deadly vampire MLRs were used in the attack, according to that official.
A helicopter returning from firefighting in northern Portugal has crashed into the Douro River, killing at least 4 people. The helicopter was carrying 5 members of the Emergency Protection and Relief Unit. Only the pilot has so far survived, with a search underway for a 5th person. The cause of the crash is still being investigated. Portugal's Prime Minister Luís Montenegro said a day of national mourning had been called for Saturday.
My hope for the summit is that
a Supreme Court justice in Brazil has ordered the suspension of social media platform X after its chief Elon Musk refused to name a legal representative in the country. Justice Alexandre de Moraes warned Musk on Wednesday that X could be blocked if he failed to comply with his order and set a 24-hour deadline. X hasn't had a representative in Brazil since earlier this month. In his decision, de Moraes said Elon Musk showed his total disrespect for Brazilian sovereignty and in particular for the judiciary. The full bench of the Supreme Court is expected to rule on the case, but no date for deliberations has been set. In a post on X, Musk slammed de Moraes as an evil dictator cosplaying as a judge. But in a radio interview on Friday night, Brazil's President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva said everyone with investments in Brazil must abide by the law and respect Supreme Court rulings. More than 100 tons of dead fish has washed into the central port of Volos. The freshwater fish have filled both the bay and nearby rivers after they were displaced from their normal habitats by flooding last year. Fishing trawlers have been chartered by regional authorities along with earth movers to scoop the fish out of the sea and load them onto trucks where they will be taken to an incinerator.
Βρισκόμαστε σε συνεργασία με όλο τον κόσμο που θέλει να βοηθήσει να φύγει αυτό το φαινόμενο, να τελειώσει όσο το δυνατόν συντομότερα. Ο Περιφερειάρχης μας ζήτησε την κήρυξη του νομού σε έκτακτη ανάγκη.
Water levels rose abruptly last autumn during a storm that caused extensive flooding in central Greece, but have since receded due to low rainfall and successive heat waves this summer. Experts say a net wasn't placed at the mouth of the river leading into Volos, so when the freshwater fish were carried with the floodwater, they died when they came into contact with seawater. The mayor of Volos accused regional authorities of acting too slowly and said the rotting fish could cause an environmental disaster. And the city's Chamber of Commerce said it was taking legal action to seek damages after commercial activity in the popular tourist destination dropped by an estimated 80% over the last 3 days.